So this second lawyer, let me drink some more nausea juice because y'all, she started crying. She wept. If I hire you to defend my life, this ain't the time for you to show your emotion. Let me drink some more nausea juice. Because she started crying so bad, y'all. And I said, is she got a sinus infection? Because I'm sitting behind her. So I'm looking at her back and I hear, and that's what I hear. I hear sniffling, and I nudged the person next to me on my notes. On my notes, I said, is she crying? Y'all can't see that. I was like, is she crying? And they were like, yeah. So she started crying. She wasn't crying. She was weeping. This woman was weeping with intensity. So then, the thing that put me out, so this was the most off-putting part, aside from her loquacious speech being boring. God. And then she went on to mention something that I thought was interesting. She said that she had been talking to him every single day since he's been in jail. So maybe she was one of the main contacts and she developed a close relationship with him, and that made her feel more endeared to him because she was emotional. She says that she knows that he is drug-free and that he is remorseful. She was a middle-aged Black woman. She talked about how she met Diddy about 8 years ago and how she was so inspired by him at some conference that she said she didn't know that he was speaking at the conference, and she was so inspired by him. And so she's representing him. She's on his legal team today. So I guess her purpose was to talk about his community activism and all that he's done, all the good that he's done in the world. So she started the speech talking about his community service and all his business success, how he was super young and he started Bad Boy Records and he was this ambitious kid from Harlem and did his thing. So this lady was frustrating because she spoke very slow and she gave long pauses. I would even say it was boring. And I was like, this is not a good use of the court's time because y'all, like, if you're going to war on my behalf, I understand everybody has their roles, but it almost felt like she wrote her speech this morning. It almost like a little bit unprepared because she was stumbling over her words and, So anyway, she brought up systemic racism. She talked a lot about Black-owned businesses and how Diddy was a Black entrepreneur and Black success. I'm always very careful about that because let's not even lie. All races, ethnicities watch this channel, but we know globally there is a sense of fear and resent against Black success. We know that. We're not going to sit up here and play games like there's not. So I thought by mentioning that she was risking people showing bias because that was going to alienate her client. If you have, it angers some that this Black dude got this much money and he was doing whatever he was doing with it. It angers some people because it's supposed to be great for them, not him. Anyway, so then she listed his achievements. She talked about the record label, his fashion brand, how innovative that was. She said that he was one of the people that was innovative in the wine and spirits. And I forgot about Ciroc. I forgot about that. I thought that was Diddy's liquor brand, but she said that he was the one that was innovative in partnerships and people and celebrities doing partnerships with wine and spirits brand. And since then, we've seen Uncle Nearest, which is a Black-owned one that's absolutely amazing. Go support them. His friend 50 Cent also has his joint. And she also mentioned Revolt, which is a Black-owned TV network. I really do think they probably divorced from one another now, ever since all this happened. She also mentioned the 3 charter schools that he's built in poverty-stricken neighborhoods in Harlem. I was like, y'all, I'm filming this from Harlem. I'm like, hold on, girl. But so they showed, and in the videos too, to back up the things that she said, they did show him doing activism in all these classrooms. Like I said, if you were not aware of the egregious natures and you had not seen that video with him and Cass and you didn't know all the complaints from Mace and Shine, and I watched all of their documentaries too. I've listened to all the podcasts and interviews that all of these disgruntled artists know. Hell, one of them is my homegirl. Maybe I'll bring her on when this is all over to see if she wants to talk about her experience with him. Somebody remind me in the comments to bring my homegirl on. She was in Danity Kane. Don't go looking through my Instagram trying to find who I'm talking about either. They also spent a lot of time highlighting the work that he's done in the detention center. They said he launched a program called Free Game with Diddy, where he teaches inmates business skills under the agreement of peace. And what that means, because when you're locked up, y'all don't know, I don't know, but this is what I've seen on the movies. The first way you separate yourself in prison is by race. The Mexicans go over here, the Black dudes over here, the white dudes over here, the Aryan Nation. Everybody That's how we first find our group of people to keep us safe. And then obviously the gang affiliations. And Diddy was like, hey, listen, I can't teach a whole bunch of classes to a different people, so y'all gonna have to agree to get along. So I guess there was some sort of peace treaty between